And that's where military caretakers step in. There are over 14 million of these silent heroes across the country. And Kimmy is an Army veteran who was stationed in Italy after returning from a deployment in Afghanistan. At just 25 years old, she suffered from a traumatic brain injury, sending her into a coma for over a year. Her mother, Karee Van Wert, who is also a veteran, has been caring for her ever since. And now, more than a decade later, she is ready to share her story. Writing this book. It's a memoir. It's called Ash Woven. Veteran, author, mother of 9, and Elizabeth Dole Foundation caregiver, fellow Karee Van Wert joins us now. Good morning to you, Karee.
Good morning, Ainsley. Thank you for having me.
Well, thank you so much for coming on. First, thank you for serving our country. And thank you for raising 9 children. 7 of them have served or are currently serving. And now you're taking care of your daughter. Tell us Kimmy's story. What happened to her?
Kimmy was a firehead. She was feisty. She was the firstborn. She lived life to the fullest. And nothing good happens after midnight. We got the call so about 12 years ago, we got the call after midnight that she had been horrifically wounded in she had received a traumatic brain injury, and she was in a coma, and it didn't look good. Within 24 hours, we were over there in Italy by her side, and it was a whirlwind. We came back through Landstuhl, back to Walter Reed, and then by her side at Walter Reed, and I was with her for a year in hospitals. It was surreal. We lived moment by moment. It became day by day. My husband had to get home. He had to take care of the 6 remaining kids that we still had living in the house. And he had to handle his high-level corporate executive career. So it was very tough on us that first year. Bringing her home at the end of the year, they did everything they could do. I was up and down the Eastern Coast in hospitals with her. And when we found out we could bring her home, finally, it was looking for nursing homes. Yeah. And I didn't want to put my 25-year-old in a nursing home. She had been so full of life. And I talk about how graces come our way in the book, Ash Woven. And I received a grace, and I didn't realize it until hindsight, but it was a tough decision to not put her in a facility that could do the full care, but we found last minute, like within 2 weeks of her coming home, that we could keep her in the home. We had 24/7 authorized care because she was still on active duty. So we brought her home, which was the hard decision.
Yeah, Karee.
And go ahead.
I'm sorry. You're not alone. There are so many military families that are dealing with this, taking care of their loved ones who have come back to America, dealing with the aftermaths of war or deployment. Your daughter was deployed in Afghanistan, left Afghanistan for deployment in Italy, and then suffered this brain injury through a car accident. And now your life has changed forever because of it. We think when our children are 18, they're going to go off and they're going to live their lives. And now you don't imagine caring for them. It's so difficult. And I know the Elizabeth Dole Foundation has helped your family. What have they done for you? Tell us more about this organization and how they've helped you.
A phenomenal organization. I recall when I found out about the Elizabeth Dole Foundation, it was about 4 years into our caregiving journey. And I applied and was selected as a fellow to represent North Carolina. Now there are about a handful of fellows in every state of our country, but I went to the first training conference, and I was called in with Senator Elizabeth into a breakout room, and she was the dearest, most...
Did we lose you? She was the dearest, most... I will tell you, I've talked on the phone with Senator Elizabeth Dole, and she is a prayer warrior. She's an amazing person. She cares about military families, and she has this organization. And I think we have Karee back. Karee, are you with us?
I'm here.
She told me she's amazing. Tell us more. I'm sorry.
Right. She said it would be really hard, the responsibilities, but she said, you won't be alone. Yeah. And I've met thousands of fellows, thousands of caregivers in our journey over these past 12 years. And we empower one another, and we've grown stronger. I've grown so strong over these years. And I find that I can impart that onto others. There was a period, another grace, that I realized my caregiving journey, I wasn't resenting my daughter, but I had resented that she had taken away my life. And it wasn't anything that it was before. But there was a point that I realized I had found new joy. And that's part of the caregiving journey. I talk about it in stories in Ash Woven. And the book itself, I love that the title of the book, Ash Woven, Ainsley, is really coming through the ashes. We had a fire 5 years ago in our home and we lost everything.
What?
And it was another tragedy, but we lived. All of us lived. It was 2 a.m. It was the morning after Christmas Day, 5 years ago. And we were left with nothing, but we had each other. And we realized that threat of human contact was the best. My husband and I like to say, we would in a heartbeat change Kimmy's accident, that traumatic brain injury, but we would never, ever change how it changed us.
You're just a blessing. Gosh, you are amazing. Thank you so much for representing this organization, this great organization. And thank you for your service, all the sacrifices. I can't believe, God has really tested you and you have been resilient, and what a warrior you are for him as well. Her book, please go and pick it up. Help her family. It's so expensive. If you've had to care for a parent or for a child, please support her family. Ash Woven, she's given so much to this country and to her own family. It'd be wonderful to help her.